NUFS. I'm Mike.
I'm Clay.
And we're the New Ulm Film Society. We're here with Peter Buckley today, our friend and actor. We're going to review some movies. So we'll go ahead and get started right away with we got a big slate of movies here, and we're going to talk to Peter about his upcoming short film. So let's go ahead and get started with the first trailer for a weird little film that's coming out here at the end of September, early October called The Good Boy.
Look who's here!
I guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
All right. Well, that is certainly an interesting looking film. I mean, Peter, what do you think right away off the bat, having never seen the trailer before?
It's a little weird for me, but then I'm not a great horror film that.
That's okay.
As long as it scares the mind but doesn't have the actual entrails.
Yeah, I mean, the mind is where like most of the most horrifying things is like, that's why Jaws is so great, because you never see the freaking shark.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's great. And I actually, I wasn't thinking about it when I was watching the trailer, but I bet it probably isn't that violent. It didn't look like they were going that.
Yeah, I mean,
they were going for the mind scare. But when your main character's a dog, it kind of can't. It'd be really difficult to really go with the makeup effects and do anything too extreme with the violence on the dog. Looks like it. And the funny thing, we were talking about this beforehand, where when this movie got popular with its trailer online, everyone's first question was, does the dog live?
I
Does
hope
the dog
so.
live? We hope so. And my guts is probably, but maybe no one else. Maybe the dogs.
Yeah. So this was a big hit at South by Southwest. Like, I guess it was one of the best reviewed films there. Came out in March at South by Southwest. It got snapped up immediately by Shudder, which is a horror streaming service. And they slated it for a limited release in the fall. They released a trailer a couple weeks ago, and it blew up online. People were very excited about this, and this is the trailer that we just watched. I apparently didn't land with Peter, but I thought myself that it looked pretty good.
I don't get out as much. I'm too busy behind the camera.
Fair enough. Well, I hadn't really seen this one before either. Here, it kind of slipped past my radar, but I was really excited by the fact that Shudder did pick it up. They've been having a good track record lately of like picking up some good, interesting horror movies, and then actually releasing them to theaters too, so you can see them on the big screen, and then they take them on the small screen. I was just, the last couple years they had a couple big hits with the Late Night with the Devil, which was a fascinating film that they did.
Some controversy around that one.
That one a little bit, but that one.
I have to get out more.
I think it had some. Was that the one that had some AI?
There was a little bit of AI.
Some limited AI.
Because the concept of it is it's supposed to be found footage about a 1977 late night TV show taping on Halloween night, where they interviewed a person who was supposed to be possessed, and unfortunately they were. And then so like basically combine a Johnny Carson episode with The Exorcist, is basically what it was. And it was really good. And it's on Shudder now, but they did do a limited release, and they also did another movie like not too long ago. In a Violent Nature, which is basically a Friday the 13th riff, where it's from the perspective of the killer the whole time, the unstoppable killer slowly walking through nature, chasing the stupid college teenagers.
Why is it always college kids that are getting taken
They're
out?
the worst.
Because they're idiots.
My
They do
neighbors
something
are college
stupid.
kids.
And that's exactly what happened in this movie. Like they basically they resurrected an undead, unstoppable killing machine because they stole something from his.
Think
gravesite.
about when you would
Yeah.
be the stupidest enough to do something.
They needed
like that.
dumb people.
It was college.
Exactly.
Right? Think about it.
Or
That's
else
like,
a little younger.
Possibly,
Senior high.
Senior high.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where.
Once you're an adult, you know better than to mess with the Ouija board.
Exactly. But that's kind of where it came from. So I'm excited. That's just Shudder, and the fact that South by Southwest reviewed so well.
So this is like a newer director. His name's Ben Leonberg. I hope I got that right, Ben. I'm sorry. And he hasn't really done a ton yet. It's a really short movie. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes. Which I'm not terribly opposed to. No. Some of my favorite films are 90 minutes exactly. If you can fit a tight story into a shorter period of time, by all means do. You made a short recently, so good on you for telling a concise and succinct story. That gives a lot of people pause, I think, nowadays when every movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes. You go to the theater to get your money's worth, but if you enjoy the story, you got your money's. I think probably the most cinematic movie I've ever seen in theaters. The most visceral experience was 91 minutes, I think. And it was Gravity. Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, sure.
Gravity.
91 minutes.
Excellent movie.
And seeing it in a theater is a different experience than watching it at home.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and so I recommend always, don't look at the length and say, I'll catch that in Shudder in 2 months. Go to the theaters, see it on the big screen, experience how it's meant to be experienced,
Yeah. And I think... just from the short clips we got here, it does look pretty cinematic. Like they did a pretty good job, and I gotta laugh when they said the most emotive actor of our time.
I've heard it compared to Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's from our generation.
Yeah, or Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo,
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah, that's
It's
more.
Thank you for going back to my generation.
I love Scooby-Doo too. I've shown my kids every
Well, there is
episode
a
of
Courage
every
the Cowardly
iteration.
Dog Scooby-Doo crossover.
Is there?
There
I've
does
never seen that
exist.
one.
There is. It exists. It's. I'm told it's fairly good. But I'm excited about this. I'm also reminded there was a book that came out in the '80s called Thor, which it's a horror story told from the perspective of the dog. And the plot of that one is it's the family dog. The family's uncle comes to live with them, and the dog is the only one who's aware.
I kind of get it from his postings.
It's true, I am. And that one, it's a dog who realizes that the uncle is a werewolf, and the dog's trying to warn the family because he can smell that he's a werewolf.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
And it becomes kind of it's good. I love it. I did compare it to. Imagine if Lassie had to fight a werewolf, have to fight the Wolfman.
I'm down. That would be fun. Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure that's not what's going on in this trailer too. It looked like that guy was turning into a werewolf. That'd be interesting.
So who saves Timmy in that case?
Well, yeah. The thing is, that's basically Lassie fighting off. You gotta save Timmy.
Yeah, fell down the well.
Yeah, you gotta. Although there were 2 kids to save in that story. Actually, there's 2
really?
boys. So
Well, I don't think there's any kids in this one.
yeah, it doesn't look like it, but that might be hard enough to do when your main character is a dog that you're trying to get and children acting with
it's
the dog.
just very impressive. I don't know if you ever worked with animal actors, but
No animals, but I have worked with kids.
yeah.
So
And dogs, unless they're even if they're really well trained, it's so hard to get that kind of.
But from what I
performance out of
understand,
them, so
this was the director's dog too, so that might
even
have.
more impressive because my dog doesn't listen to me at all.
No.
All right, well, let's move on to our next movie here. We're going to take a look at a movie called Him, which is produced by Jordan Peele and directed by Justin Tipping. Should be an interesting little film. Let's take a look.
When I was a kid, my dad and I watched all your games.
Yeah, let's go, boy.
I want to be the greatest quarterback of all time, just like you.
Ain't gonna come easy. You got to take it from me, pretty boy. So you think this is a game?
Mom,
You okay?
I think something's off.
Just think of me as a gift from the gods.
Rated R, only in theaters September 19th.
Okay, so that's Him, I guess. I mean, that trailer doesn't show you a ton, but from what I understand, it's about a young, up-and-coming football player who is, attached to be mentored by, a previous star football player. Yep. And this guy's a sociopath or something.
Yeah, that would be what I'm gathering from it. And I've seen this trailer quite a bit. They've been really promoting it online, and just man, the idea of a horror movie set in the world of football, professional football.
It's Burning Man and football combined.
Yeah. I've never been to Burning Man, but if that's what Burning Man looks like, I'm not going.
It does look like there's some psychedelic kind of stuff involved, so that's probably an apt version of doing it. That's probably true.
So this one's produced by Jordan Peele, not directed by it, so it's not like it's not going to be added to his pantheon, but it really feels like one of his movies. Like just looking at the trailer, I was kind of surprised to learn that he didn't direct it. For some reason, I thought he had directed it. It's a different guy named Justin Tipping. I think that's probably a nod to his ability that he was able to fool me into thinking it was Jordan Peele.
Well,
I don't know. Have you seen any of Jordan Peele's movies?
Not that I can think of, but if you give me some names, I could.
Did you see Nope? It's a sort of sci-fi. Oh, that was really
Nope.
No, nope. Well, his big one is he did Get Out.
Get Out,
and
yeah.
then Us, and now finally.
Okay.
Yeah, all horror movies.
He's
so.
but he got started as he's comedian. That's how he got started. Comedic stuff.
We talked about this. They're demented
He
people.
has the dark side.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But he won for Get Out. He won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for that.
Okay.
So then
That's where I heard that one from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of like I would call it Stepford Wives almost, or like
it's basically very Stepford Wives. But
what's that one with Rock Hudson? I can't remember.
It'll
Rock
come to
Hudson.
you.
Yeah, have you ever seen
Rock Hudson.
Faces? I think it's called. No, it's not called Faces.
I'm drawing a blank on that.
It's a Rock Hudson movie from the late 50s, early 60s, and it's a sci-fi where he gets like his body swapped with some other younger body.
Okay.
So it's the same vein of body swapping for Get Out.
That's kind of it. But he's been had a good track record, and
He's
even
turned into quite the producer.
yeah, because he's producing. He also produced the Candyman remake not too long ago, which was very good as well.
He did the Twilight Zone show,
He did,
Lovecraft Country, the movie Monkey Man 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Black Klansman. He was a producer on that.
He
one.
was?
Yeah, he
I
was.
didn't know
Yeah,
he
that
was.
was right after Get Out. He was a producer on that.
Okay, he's done quite a bit there.
Yeah, he's doing a ton of work. I don't know exactly what the tone of this movie is going to be though, because it's loaded with comedians. I mean, obviously you got Marlon Wayans, who's a legendary comedian. Tim Heidecker is in it.
He was also in Us, though.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
I didn't see Us. I saw Get Out and I saw but I didn't see Us. But and it's also got Jim Jeffries, who's another really talented stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't really seen him in any films though.
Not really.
So I mean, it might be a little bit more on the comedic side.
Maybe it is, but then it's also, this is going to be one of those strange things where we're going to have to ask the question, is this a horror movie or a sports movie first? It seems like the combo of both.
It's a mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go with mashup.
And my big thing is I'm almost wondering, this seems, and like we were talking about right away, it's the psychological one. How much of this is in the main character's head? I'm almost wondering that, if there's a lot of what we're going to see is happening, or if they are mistreating him, or if there's something else going on.
It's interesting to take a look at the psyche of a professional athlete just from a film perspective, because you've seen a handful of movies where they kind of sort of go into it, I don't know, have you seen The Fighter or The Wrestler or any of those other movies where they talk about the sort of familial aspects of it and how the relationship with other people suffer due to their commitment to the sport. This might be just taking that to 15.
And sometimes they go off the wall.
Yes.
I've had where I have actually worked with professional sports people, and if they lose, they destroy their equipment.
Yep.
They go crazy, and
It's like Michael Jordan, who's got that psychotic competitiveness.
Yeah, you got to get that. And it's popped up in movies before, and this is going to kill me because I cannot remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie made in, I believe, the 50s. It was a baseball movie about it was supposed to be the player who was in professional baseball who basically, he lost his mind because of the pressures of the game, got too much of him. And it was interesting because the player was played by Anthony Perkins before he did Psycho.
Oh.
It was one of his first roles, and he loses his mind on a baseball field, basically. And they made that movie in the 1950s.
So it's been around.
Yeah, the idea of the professional athlete being pressured too much comes up. It's come up in our film series that we've done on baseball too a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of excited for this one. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters because I have 2,000 children, and I never get out to the theaters. I saw Superman this summer. That was it. That was the only movie I got to see. Superman, and I saw Minecraft in the theater. So I'm going to see one more movie this year at most. That's just because of logistics. I don't know if this one's going to be it, but I'll definitely catch this one when it's on streaming in like 6 months to a year. I'm very excited. It looks like a ton of fun in the worst way possible.
What's this one called?
Him.
Oh.
We're still talking about him.
Still talking about him?
No.
I thought you were moving on.
No, I'm not moving on yet. We can move on if you want to.
Okay, no.
Oh, we are going to talk about him.
We got
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah.
Him.
Weirdly, I think one of the actors was in a movie called Me, or a TV show called Me. Like, I don't know. I was going through his IMDb, and I thought that was really funny that he's in Him, and he was previously in a show called Me. He's gonna have to be in You next.
Is there a show called
There is a show called You.
There is a show. Okay, we'll have to get that on for another season. We're running out of titles here.
I know, right? Okay. Well, we'll move on to the next one here, which is I think this is a Stephen King short story, was it?
Oh,
or is it a novel?
I think it was a full novella there.
Was it?
Oh.
Okay, so this is a trailer for a film called The Long Walk. I'll take a look at it.
You'll walk as long as you can. The body won't listen.
It ain't fair.
This is walk or die. For some, your heart will stop. For others, your brain. There's one winner and no finish line.
Nobody here wants it more than me.
The Long Walk. Rated R. In theaters September 12th.
Okay, I know Steven was really excited about this one. He's the one who told me to watch a trailer for it, because he's a big Stephen King fan back there. I know it's directed by Francis Lawrence, who did a bunch of the Hunger Games movies, and also one of my personal favorite films, Constantine.
Ooh.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. So, Peter, what do you think?
Reminds me of the Bataan Death March.
Yeah.
But just keeping going and going.
Yeah.
And when the person falls down, they shoot them. And scary.
Terrifying. I heard that they're going to have a special screenings with treadmills where you have to walk during the length of the film, and if you stop, they escort you out.
Oh boy.
I don't know where those screenings are, but I'm not going there.
I wouldn't go to that one either, but that would certainly perk up the experience. Anything you get these.
But who's controlling the speed?
Yeah.
I guess it's set at 3 miles an hour.
Which is what I guess they have it out here too.
Yeah.
And also the angle, as the thing's going to go
incline's
up as
important,
you
yeah.
incline.
It might, yeah.
Yeah, get different.
Add another wrinkle in there. Call the people who are doing this.
But if you survive, you probably get a free movie ticket.
I hope so,
yeah. And you can say you made it through the whole movie, and then you look pretty good, that works out well. But
So this is starring David Johnson, who was in Alien Romulus recently. If you guys saw that one, I really liked that one. And it's got Cooper Hoffman in it, who was in Licorice Pizza, which came out a couple years ago now. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. Mark Hamill is in it, I'm assuming as a villain, because he's
the general.
He's the general or the major or whatever who's making the kids march. The first time I watch a trailer, it kind of pretends to have an upbeat tone at first, and so I'm wondering how the film is going to progress in terms of because, it's going to get dark, and how dark is it going to get? Because at the end, there's gotta be 2 of them left, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know. Did you guys read the script?
I'm
over here. I not read the novel.
I know the book.
All right, don't say anything.
I won't say anything. But it is just one of the interesting things about it is this is actually the first completed book Stephen King ever. He didn't get published first. Carrie was published first, and this one later came on the line afterwards. So it's from young Stephen King. This is a young Stephen King
Interesting.
idea. And but they never were able to make it into a movie until now. It took forever for them to do it and adapt it into something.
Because it's so dark.
Well, yeah. The thing is, we're really big into those, post-apocalyptic. Yeah,
I'm surprised it didn't come
stories.
out. When the Hunger Games was really
Exactly.
big about 10 years ago. But.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, that's probably what made him finally bite the bullet. They knew they could get it to work, you know.
It doesn't
But
seem like it would be that expensive of a movie.
no,
to
it
make.
doesn't.
Keep killing off the actors. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a high body count in
It
this
does.
movie.
But I think they have to keep him walking, you know.
I suppose.
And then,
yeah.
but then it looks like Mark Hamill's character. He gets to ride along in a jeep the whole time, so
he's old.
he gets away with it.
It's been 50 years since Star Wars. Give him a break.
He's a mature actor who can.
He puts
Wow.
It's matured.
puts the Walker in Skywalker, but no,
Not yet.
Yeah,
He's not that old yet.
But he's. And I mentioned this earlier. It's just kind of funny because this will be the second Stephen King adaptation that Mark Hamill stars in this year. He was in The Life of Chuck as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that. Yeah, with
It's just so weird, and it's another weird comparison is that we have another Stephen King film in the work right now called Running Man. Running
he's got
and
no
walking.
end to the number of stories. He's
And that's
got,
a post-apocalyptic kind of hellscape thing too, except they're running instead of walking.
No Arnold Schwarzenegger. In
No,
this.
the Running Man though has already been adapted once, which is a fairly decent film with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I still don't know how you're going to top the original game show host they had in the 80s there. Because he was an actual game show host, and he's like...
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson, he's so good in that movie!
See, you forgot the name, so I had to
Yeah, well...
Thank you for saving us. I forgot.
He's
too.
not really from my
No,
generation.
But you're right. Richard Dawson's amazing in that
He's
role.
so
He's
good, yeah.
perfect for that.
I just remember my dad like quoting him off and on when I was a kid because my dad loved Arnold movies and Richard Dawson was always his favorite villain to quote because he was so
Pretty evil, but it works out pretty well. That there's just something about the time period we're in where people are like, yeah, we need these scary government,
Scary
totalitarian
government movies,
things
yeah.
going on here. And
Well, that's never a good sign.
it's not usually. Something's not right. But this is an exciting one. I'm sure I'll have to check this one out here just to say, yeah, we finally got to see
Yeah,
the long walk.
I'll make my kids watch this one, I think, just to like
Fine.
motivate them. The
like,
older
see,
ones
I don't-
especially.
Nobody's going to want to walk to school because they're afraid if they stop for anything. So somebody.
That's what I need. I need that energy. Don't stop. Keep going. All right. I'll take a look at our next movie here, which I gotta find my notes here. It's The Conjuring: Last Rites, which what is this? The seventh one? This is the fourth Conjuring movie. We always talk about how we like to see original ideas, and I'm like really excited because this month is filled with like original properties or adaptations of stories that we haven't seen on film yet, except The Conjuring, which is now the fourth Conjuring
one, and there's a bunch of spin-offs too.
So let's take a look at the trailer for The Conjuring: Last Rite here.
When did it start?
Girls! Girls, you come out of there right now.
And something's changed. Something's different.
The Conjuring, Last Rites. Only in theaters September 5th.
All right, so we're back, and the only thing I really wrote down for The Conjuring is that I love Patrick Wilson. I'll watch anything he's in, even if it's a bad movie, because I know Patrick Wilson will be great in it.
He does deliver.
He does. He always shows up, and he does not like care. He's there, and he's going to give a great performance.
Well, he's been in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So he does it all. He's a well-rounded actor, but he has been doing a lot of horror lately because, well, he got in the Conjuring film, so that's how it's gonna.
Yeah.
And then, just for the record, this is Conjuring 4.
Yeah. So Peter, what do you think?
It's like it reminds me of that film, The Blair
Witch
Witch
Project?
Project.
Yes.
In some ways, and how it's shown.
Yeah. I mean, that was a very influential film. When it came out? 99?
1999.
99. And I feel like every single film, maybe not right away, but like within the next 5 years, took some piece, especially of the visual style of that film, because it was groundbreaking at the time.
Yep.
I mean, like, found footage horror wasn't necessarily new, but it was never done in the way that they did it,
It's
to
true.
the scale that they did it.
I mean, technically, it's a mockumentary.
Yes.
Was what it was.
Yep.
And but then they just said, what if we made a scary mockumentary? Most were comedies, is the thing. Like Best in Show, which we have the casing down there. Too.
Yep.
It's all coming together. But you know,
That was a good show.
it is a very good movie. Cast watched that before we filmed this, so you know.
Yeah.
They're good.
They
but
make good choices.
They do. They make fantastic choices.
Just like Patrick Wilson.
I know he does. It's fun. I love his work, and he has done a Stephen King adaptation before.
Which one was that?
It was called Long Grass.
I don't think I saw that.
It was on.
He's
It was
in a lot
on.
of
It was on
movies.
Netflix.
I don't see all of them.
But that's something else to check out. But
You have 2,000 kids, you said. So how do you get
Exactly.
time to watch anything?
I watch a lot of movies with the kids.
that's why you saw Superman Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just it works out pretty. Well, how you get this? The thing about the Blair Witch is because that was supposed to be. They kind of left out the part that it was fictional. For that was the marketing. They made you think it was real. And the thing is, that's kind of fair to the Conjuring films in a way because they're supposed to be based on true stories. They take loosely adapt real things that had been supposedly haunting situations.
It reminds me of an old show, Fact or Fiction.
Beyond Belief,
Fact or Fiction. Beyond Belief. You ever watched that show? It was on in the 90s, I want to say.
Oh, yeah,
it was
I
Jonathan
remember.
Frakes or Peter Graves did the first couple
Yes,
seasons,
yeah.
and he would tell like 5 or 6 stories, and some of them were fake and some of them were true. And like, you know, some of them would be like this, where there's crazy monsters running around.
And you had.
And those are always the true ones.
It was really amazing how many of them were true.
Yeah, in air quotes.
True. But that's the thing is how loose of an adaptation
Yeah.
is it? And of course, it's supposed to be the case files of the Warrens, you know, and this is supposed to be the last one, the one that made them stop doing their thing. And it's important to note that the Warrens were probably making up most of this stuff. They've been kind of debunked as fraudsters for the most part, and they made up the Amityville horror stuff. And
That's okay. We can all
But
enjoy the Amityville horror still.
It doesn't matter.
It's a fun story.
We got to keep it. This is the fictional version of it, and of course, Patrick Wilson steps in to raise up the material to a better degree. But you know, the Conjuring movies have been pretty good. One of the things that's fascinating about them is they're all of them are R-rated. There's no real swearing in them.
Interesting.
They don't. You don't have, and they're not even that violent, really.
Just a little scary.
Yeah, that's the thing is they keep the first Conjuring movie got the R rating because the people who decided this MPA just said that's too scary. We can't release that as PG-13, and it happened with all of them.
So what you're saying is my kids can watch these movies.
They could technically because they're not going to learn bad language from them. They might learn some stuff about resurrecting
kids
demons.
Love horror movies, and you know what? The resurrecting demons, it's right up there.
But it will scare them though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, that's true of all the other ones because there's spin-off. The Annabelle's movies are spin-offs of this. They did a couple of the Nun films, I think.
This is why I thought there was 7 of them.
Yeah,
because of all the spin-offs.
And then there's other ones that are kind of spin-offs, but not really. La Llorona and stuff like that. There's a lot of. I know too much of this stuff, but
See, this is his expertise.
that's why they bring me in.
You're safe as long as you don't live next to a cemetery and the kids watch it.
Exactly.
Because
Then on Halloween night they're gonna want to go play tag in the cemetery.
Yes.
Yeah, then you're in trouble. But
that's what I did when I was a kid. We went down to this I grew up in New Hampshire and we had a cemetery that was from like the original part of town, and there were graves in there from the 1600s.
Okay.
And like we'd go down to the graveyard on Halloween night and play tag in the graveyard, and none of us died. So ghosts are not real, okay, people?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of New Ulm here. There was a famous battle that happened here.
Yes. There's some ghost stories in town. I don't know if you're familiar with any ghost stories.
Oh yeah, I've heard. We had one at the state park.
Yeah.
We have a ghost that lives there.
Cool.
Did not know the state park one. I think there was one downtown, and I heard that there was one not in the theater but in the school. I don't know about that one.
That one I
have to look into that one.
There's always a ghost at school.
Yeah,
that's an old story. All right. Well,
it's the missing janitor.
It's always a janitor.
It's always a
janitor.
janitor.
He fell down the
Why I
stairs.
thought of that, but
that's Freddy Krueger.
That's probably why. It's because of Freddy Krueger. Because I remember when I was in college, we had a rumor that the janitor died behind the stage at Weld Hall in Moorhead, and that he was haunting Weld Hall. Do you remember that one? Steven Stevens there laughing. He remembers that janitor. It's always a janitor. All right. Well, if you're interested in the Conjuring series, go ahead and make sure you go see The Last Rites in theater. I love Patrick Wilson, and all of you should as well.
Do you think it'll be the real Last Rites?
I don't know. If it makes enough money, it won't be.
No.
They'll make up another story, as they always do.
do
What
it.
I tell you, Clay, it's all about the money.
They have to learn to stop before the sequels get out of control. I don't want to see a movie named.
What, you're not a fan of
number
Space
52.
Buddies? You don't like Space Buddies? The 30th Air Bud movie.
Well, we're gonna get a remake of that pretty soon here.
My kids have watched Air Bud like 30 times, including all the Space Buddies movies.
There's multiple Space Buddies.
I think there's only one Space Buddies, but then there's like superhero buddies, and then there's like ghost buddies where they fight a ghost or something.
Sure.
All right. Steven's telling me to wrap up the buddies talk. Okay, we'll go on to the next movie, which is Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. Let's take a look at the trailer here quick.
You have to understand, Willa.
Me and Mom, we used to run around and do some real bad. They got hurt, now they're coming after us.
I wanted to protect you from all your mom's stuff, from all my stuff.
One battle after another.
Say it.
Love you, Bob.
Love you too.
Rated R, September 26th.
Okay, so that's the trailer for One Battle After Another. Paul Thomas Anderson, whose films I'm ambivalent about. I think he can be a little self-serious at times. This one looks insane, though. Insane. To a degree that I've watched 3 trailers and I'm still not exactly sure what is happening in the movie. From what I can tell, Leonardo DiCaprio's character has a daughter. That daughter may or may not go missing at some point, and there may or may not be law enforcement involved in this person going missing, and he freaks out and has old buddies who it seems like we're all in like a weird militia at some point, and that they're like now trying to help him get his daughter back. But it doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna compare this. Have you seen the movie Commando?
Yep.
Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1980s, where he like goes back and has to like fight a bunch of militia to get his daughter back. This is very much not that. As far as I can tell, it's not that at all.
Is it Taken?
It's not Taken either. He looks like he's off his rocker, and not like he's going to be
Doing
effecting some grand rescue of his daughter. I don't know if she's actually even in trouble from the trailers I've seen.
That might be the case. This strikes me as the kind of. Well, first off, it's a comedy. This has got to be. I'm guessing they're going for.
They've
comedy.
got an all-star comedian lineup of Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, and Leonardo DiCaprio. So if it's a comedy, they didn't hire any comedians.
But maybe.
Maybe they wanted to break out into a new line.
It does look a little.
Leo's tried to do comedy before, and I have been 50-50. You know,
He's okay.
Catch Me If You Can's great,
Yeah.
and that's a comedy. I did not really like the one with the asteroid, which I cannot remember the name of.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
Yep.
I didn't. Yeah, and he was not funny in it. Whereas, Meryl Streep was really funny in it.
But that's Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep's just she's
and
a good actress.
And I liked her ending.
Yes. Yeah, they all of the jerks in that movie got their comeuppance.
Perfect. Works out good.
I mean, everybody gets it.
But I think it's the kind of the idea where, especially with the title, One Battle After Another, I'm guessing it's a guy who went through too much war and has brought back into it, and maybe he shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that's like the point of it is he probably was really competent once upon a time, but he's seen too much, been through too much, and they really shouldn't be doing this again. And you're right, maybe it's in his head. Maybe there isn't anyone else that he actually has to rescue, but then it's the daughter who followed him and probably did the same thing he did.
Yep.
The same spy work, and it just kind of took a toll on him too.
I don't know if I'm gonna see this one, just unless like a bunch of people tell me it's great. Just because I don't have the time and the energy to like figure out what this movie's about from this trailer that doesn't give you anything. And I'm not a fan of giving away too much in the trailer. We've
true.
spoken about this
Yes,
before.
we have.
Sometimes it's just like you can give me the premise and the hook, and I'm good. I'm not good on the premise and the hook of this one. I don't know what the heck's going on. But if at the end, if it's a Shutter Island situation, I'm gonna not be happy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he had, I suspect that I could be totally wrong with this. I suspect something happened to the daughter. He does need to do something, but he's not the right guy to be doing this.
Could be the case.
It's going to be kind of one of those shaggy dogs, incompetent guys going out there doing it. I'm probably going to see this movie because it does kind of look funny. I'm entertained. I'll be in there for adventure. I'll watch him screw up and fall down a lot and maybe somehow stumble into success at the end. Hopefully.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll see.
But again,
Does he get his lines right?
Maybe.
That's another one.
Yeah. I mean, Benicio del Toro is notorious for just mumbling everything.
Well, I'm just thinking when DiCaprio was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that was his whole thing. Can I get my lines right? And he was dressed similar in that film. When you think about it,
I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet. That's like a gap in my film knowledge, and I have to close it one of these days. I haven't gotten a chance.
You
to
might
see
want to
it.
jump on it because it sounds like they're going to try to make a TV series version of it.
I heard that somewhere. That's some kind of like sequel to it,
Spin-off.
but it's not. It's not.
Timothy Oliphant will be one of the leads
Oh.
in that one. But that's the rumor right now because he said something about it on when he was on.
I like Timothy Oliphant. Too.
Yeah, he'll be reprising his role. He has a small role. In Once
does
Upon
he?
a Time. Yeah, he plays an actor in that one too, who's gone on to success, and DiCaprio's a little jealous of him or something. But we're going to see stuff from his side of things. So.
All right. Well, that's the films coming up for the next couple of weeks here. So, Peter, tell us about the film you've made here.
Oh, it's time for me. Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yes,
is.
yeah, your time to shine.
Your turn to do the trailer.
Okay, it's The Farewell, and it can be summed up in 6 words: love, loss, and a new beginning. And it tells a story. It doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but it's the music that sets the tone and the emotion, and I'm hoping that comes across.
So it's a very visual
A
piece.
visual piece, and was filmed in the area, New Ulm, Sanborn, and on the West Coast. There was some opening scenes and closing scenes were filmed.
Interesting.
And a little bit of CGI because the model maker who was supposed to make the ship failed to follow through. And
These things can't happen. I know exactly how that happens.
so, but otherwise, excellent cast. A lot of the kids were first time or only done State Street Theater or whatever. And the crew was excellent and helped me out and guided me at times when I got lost. I think one of the funniest scenes we experienced was we were doing some filming, and it was early in the morning and there was nobody watching us. And one time I turned around and there were 2 lawn chairs there. And so you know, I kind of waved, and each time we took a different take, we'd see there were more lawn chairs. And it reminded me, this is the birds, except it's humans coming in. And so, but that was one of the funny things that happened for us. On that
Awesome.
film.
So we have a quick clip from the film too.
This is a silent teaser of the introduction, and it just gives you an idea. So.
All right, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty interesting. So you filmed it mostly in the local area. Did you use a lot of local cast and crew as well?
Yes.
Cool.
We did have one actor who was from the cities, and I actually saw them in a stage play that was up there. And they were excellent there, and they were excellent here too.
So now, from my understanding, you got a lot of the funds to make this film from grants and stuff like that. What was that process like?
I have to first thank the Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council with funds from the McKnight Foundation, which I need to get out for this, that supplied it. It was a very extensive form to fill out. I'm not sure, between 16 and 30 pages with everything you needed to.
So what percentage of the budget did they fill in?
The majority. I'd hoped for a larger grant, but because I'm a newbie behind the camera, it was a smaller grant. And I also had some money from other sources. And they probably did at least half, if not a little bit more.
Wow, that's fantastic. So those are all Minnesota-based arts grants and stuff like that. So being a Minnesota-based artist, you had the opportunity to apply for these grants and get them from Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council. And you said the McKnight Foundation as well?
They were part of the
Prairie Lakes grant. Oh, cool.
And so I'm very happy they helped out. Originally, the film was supposed to be shown in April, but we had a delay when the model maker and then
That's what
various
always
other
happens.
issues, so it got pushed
There's
back.
always gremlins in the machine.
Fortunately, they very kindly extended the contract that I had signed for when it has to be shown. And it's going to be shown here, right here, September
space.
27th at 2 p.m.
Excellent. All right.
And I hope you enjoy it.
Cool. So what's up next for you? You telling me earlier you got another film in the
So
works?
the next film coming up. Oops.
Oh no, my
As
cinema
I
sign.
As I destroy the set, is a 1950s, 60s science fiction / Twilight Zone homage.
Love it.
And
Those are
it's
my
called
favorites.
The Day of the Jackalopterus. In fact, we start filming the first scene next month, and the rest of the film will be done next year. So,
Unless there's more gremlins.
pardon?
So unless there's more gremlins. I'm
Unless
gonna
the
knock on wood for
yeah,
you.
well, I'm hoping for grant funds or something, but yes. But there will be, it's a larger set and larger group of actors, and I think there's 16 speaking roles and about 20 extra roles.
Cool. And what's the length on this one?
I'm somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour. Once we get the film done, we will be able to see where,
Sure. So
where it's
like
gonna be.
Twilight Zone episode, or between the Twilight Zone and the Outer Limits.
Correct.
There you go.
And we hope to have it form part of a 5-episode series that's going to be done by in the area. We're hoping to have a different director for each episode, and this is going to be the first one in the series.
Awesome.
And we're going to be applying for a large grant for this.
Awesome.
So we shall see what happens on that.
I love that. That sounds like a really fun idea. I love
It is, and it's got some humor in it. We were reading the script and running through, and we're going through it, and one of the first things somebody said was, "Excuse the language, you bastard, you killed Samantha." And I didn't know Samantha was that liked in the movie.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cut that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so at the end of the show, we always do a little bit of trivia. Would
Okay.
you like to join us for the trivia?
I will give it a shot. And
We always
I haven't
do.
watched a lot of movies.
We always do terrible, and Steven is very mean with the trivia. So we're going to go ahead and let Steven start grilling us here and see what our film knowledge can provide us with. What do you got, Steven?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay. How many films have Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga appeared in as Ed and Lorraine Warren?
Okay, so you said there's 4. Were they in any of the spin-offs? So
Yeah.
those are the characters for The Conjuring.
Okay.
So there's 4 Conjuring movies. Clay, we're really relying on you here. Were they in any of the spin-offs?
Yeah, they were. They would have, because I believe they appeared in all 3 of spin-offs of the Annabelle, so that probably put another 3, so we'll go up to 7.
Were they in The Nun?
I'm trying to remember. That's what I'm trying to remember right now. If they were in the Nun at any point, I can't remember.
Peter's the mom.
I can't remember.
I'm lost
I
on
can't
this
remember if
question.
they did. And I'm trying to remember if there were other spin-offs that I'm forgetting about that they were in. I don't think they were, but.
So we say 7 then, or 8?
Let me think here. Nope. Now you're right. They were in the Nun 2 at the very end for sure. So it's at least 8. I would
8? We'll say 8.
I'm going with 8.
Okay.
Did they get it correct?
9. You got it was a one-off.
We were 1 off. Was
Yeah.
it 7 or 9?
It is 9.
9! See what I mean about there being too many of these movies?
Well, they usually just have cameos in them. Is the
I
thing,
know,
so-
but that's still that's a ton of movies. That's
Although-
more than the
Yeah,
Fast.
there
That's
was-
not more than the Fast and Furious.
4
Almost.
Conjuring films, 3 Annabelle movies, and 1 Nun, and I think 1 other film. that they were
One
mentioned
other
in.
film.
I don't
Okay.
know if the other one.
I don't know, there was a lot of them.
Was it a scary movie spin-off?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the next question?
Next question. The Long Walk was based on a Stephen King novel under his pseudonym. What name did King use?
Is it Richard Bachman?
Richard Bachman.
See, I was nice today. Richard Bachman. King used a photo of his literary agent, Richard Manuel, as the author photo.
Yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah.
Stephen King's alter ego, Richard Bachman.
Yeah, he was supposed to. The book Misery was originally going to be a Bachman book,
was it? Yeah.
but then everyone figured out that Bachman was Stephen King. So then he's like, oh, never mind.
He wrote quite a few stories under the name.
Yeah, before everyone realized it was.
The Running Man is Richard Bachman.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, what's next, Stephen?
Him was produced by Jordan Peele with his production company. What is the name of the company?
Oh, dang it.
Jordan Peele's, I think it's Monkey Paw or Monkey something.
Monkey's Paw. It's Monkey's Paw. You're right.
It is Monkey Paw Production.
Yes. All
Use
right.
the plural, so you're wrong.
All right, what do we got?
The film marks the sixth, for One Battle After Another, this film marks the sixth collaboration between director Paul Thomas Anderson and which composer?
Oh, God, who's Walt Thomas Anderson's composer?
Paul Thomas.
It's got to be somebody famous, right? I mean, what are some composers? I'm trying to think of like composers' signature styles, and then thinking of like against Paul Thomas Anderson's style, and I'm drawing a total blank here.
It is Johnny Greenwood.
Johnny Greenwood.
I've never heard of him myself.
He's obviously Paul Thomas.
He's Paul Thomas Anderson's composer.
That's all he's done, I guess. All right. Well,
has he done anything else that we'd know, Stephen?
Other Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no!
That's all I've got for you today. So.
That's all we got for today. Okay, so Peter, thanks for joining us for this extensive review here. We look forward to seeing, what was the name of your short film as well?
The Farewell.
The Farewell. So sorry.
And if you need to look up the actors' names, they're on IMDb, as is Day of the Jackalopterus, at least the actors who will be in the first scene.
And the screening here is free, right?
Free, yes.
Okay. Oh, so if you don't see any of the movies we reviewed today, be sure to at least stop by the library September 27th at 2, you said?
At 2.
At 2 for a free screening of a locally produced short film by Peter here. We'll definitely be here to check it out, and I hope you guys are as well. So thank you for joining us on this episode of NUFS Said. Go see a movie.